capital, certain areas like Jahangirpuri, look at the visuals that we're putting out. There is the Delhi police that is on alert. Even though they've allowed Hanuman Jayanti processions, what the advisory initially said was that police officials in fact will be escorting all these processions as far as Jahangirpuri is concerned. We can see the presence of certain BJP leaders there on the ground as well. Our colleague Akash in fact has been reporting from morning, showing us the kind of security arrangements on the ground, ensuring that no untoward incident really takes place. There is the CRPF that's on the ground, the Rapid Action Force is also on the ground. So enough presence, heavy deployment on the ground as far as Hanuman Jayanti Yatra in Delhi's Jahangirpuri is concerned. We'll try and get more details of what's really happening currently. As we pointed out, there is the presence of certain BJP leaders as well amid heavy security deployment amid the Shoba Yatra that is supposed to take place in areas like Jahangirpuri or move through areas like Jahangirpuri. Let's also bring in our colleague Akash, who's been tracking these developments. Akash, help us understand what's really happening on the ground.
Right. So, Ridhima, this yatra was being carried out here in E block, and first of all, I'll show you the visuals there. You can see that still sloganeering and all these activities are happening. You can hear that loud music. But what is the status of yatra? I'll try to talk to some workers. आप मुझे बताइए, आपका नाम बताइए पहले तो, यात्रा का क्या कुछ स्टेटस है, क्योंकि पुलिस ने तो कह दिया है कि इससे आगे नहीं जाने देंगे.
अब कोऑपरेट कर रहे हैं. अब इतनी देर से रुके हुए हैं, ये तो गलत हो रहा है. पहले परमिशन मिली हुई थी. अच्छा. हम रात से तैयारी भी कर रहे थे, इतना सब कुछ करा, इतना पैसा लगाया. उसके बाद ये यात्रा रोकी जा रही है. ऐसे ही रामनवमी के दिन भी हुआ था, उस दिन भी यात्रा नहीं जाने दी.
नहीं, लेकिन पुलिस का कहना है कि लॉ एंड ऑर्डर की सिचुएशन है और पिछले साल हमने देखा क्या कुछ हुआ, तो उसके बाद पहले से आपको बता दिया गया था कि ये रूट है, यहाँ से यहाँ तक आप कर सकते हो, तो उसमें परेशानी क्या है?
जब रूट इन्होंने बढ़ा दिया था ना, इधर पूरा कवर करके दिया था, ये 200 मीटर का दायरा नहीं था. इन्होंने कहा था सिविल लोग आप यहाँ से ले जा सकते हो, आराम से कर सकते हो.
फिलहाल आप संतुष्ट हैं? यहाँ पे आपकी यात्रा का समापन हो रहा है?
यात्रा का समापन क्या हो रहा है? अब लोग कर रहे हैं, रोके हुए हैं, देखते क्या होता है आगे.
So, Ridhima, the status is that the police is very clear that we won't allow you to move from this particular point. Also, if I can ask my camera person to show you the visuals, there you have the barricadings and the deployment. Police is clear that you are not allowed beyond this point, and now this yatra is going to end here only. However, VHP Karyakartas are not very happy because they are saying that initially the route was a different route, and now they have curtailed that particular route and only 200 meter stretch is allowed. So, this yatra is going to end now.
Akash, this is interesting what you're pointing out. When you were speaking to one of the Karyakarta, he in fact went on to say that there was permission that was given initially, but it was revoked later. He's also talking about how permission was given for a wider area. What is the official response of the police authorities on that?
Police denied any such permission, Ridhima, because I had a word with special CP, Dipendra Patak, and he was clear that no permission was given. In fact, they denied the initial permissions, and yesterday only when this discussion happened, only then it was decided that, okay, if you want to carry out this yatra, this 200 meter stretch would be allowed, and that too with conditions. So several conditions were put in place, and only after that, this particular yatra was allowed. And at this point in time, this is the route, this was the route in fact, and now this yatra is not allowed beyond a certain point, and now we are going to see the end of this particular yatra.
Yeah, but Akash, considering the fact we'd seen a lot of events unfold in West Bengal on the occasion of Ram Navami, there were advisories already in place because authorities on the ground did not want to take any risk so that any untoward action happens. So as far as that, talk to us about the deployment. I can already see there is heavy deployment, but talk to us about the various teams that were involved to ensure that this entire yatra goes away peacefully.
Right, and Ridhima, not just West Bengal or Bihar, we have seen the conditions in Delhi as well. In fact, last year we remember that how violence broke out in C block, in fact, near that particular cinema. But at this point in time, in fact, the police was very much prepared because they said that we will not allow any such incident this time or any such incident, in this particular yatra. Because as far as this law and order condition is concerned, so police is very much responsible for that. And that is the reason why, in fact, I am showing you these visuals of Rapid Action Force. You see, whenever it is about protests or yatras, Rapid Action Force is not very common, or the deployment is not very common. However, this time this Rapid Action Force and other than Rapid Action Force, paramilitary forces other than the a regular police personnel deployment was very much here. So you can see the measurement, the extra measures and also the steps that were taken by Delhi police. In fact, while talking about the numbers, so we were told that around 800 people were deployed in this particular yatra. It was just 200 meter stretch. In fact, not just deployment on road, but in fact on the rooftops as well. You must be remembering the time last year when the stones were pelted from the rooftops, and that is the reason why this time deployment was on rooftops as well. But everything is peaceful. In fact, Kapil Mishra was very much here just a few minutes back, and he said that they are going to conclude this yatra, and now we are going to see the end of this yatra, because police is very clear that we are not going to allow you beyond a certain point. In fact, this was the discussed route, and now you should end this yatra as well.
So that's the big takeaway that's coming in as far as Jahangirpuri in the national capital is concerned, that the Shoba Yatra in fact is now ending. The police is clear. You cannot cross a certain point across the barricades. Akash, thanks a lot for getting us all those details.